Hello, I'm Debs. This is Debs with this, and you're very welcome here. I have for you the Spring Sewist Part 2 update. Does that sound right? I think so. So I'm going to put a link to Part 1 here. This is my collaboration with the lovely Kaylee from Fleur, who's given me some lovely fabric to choose what I wanted to sew for spring. So if you haven't seen Part 1, this will make a lot more sense if you watch Part 1 first. So yes, go and do that. Otherwise, we will proceed with Part 2, the update. Right, so when we last spoke, I had chosen the pattern and chosen the fabric. And I had said that I was going to make a white version as the toile, which is what I've done. And this is what I'm wearing. And it has been worn quite a lot. It was worn before it was finished. And then I finished it and then I wore it some more. So that's the sign of a good make, I think. So this is the Pattern Scout Birdie. The version that I'm wearing is the View B, I think, pin tuck version. And I have, of course, done the smocking, the honeycomb smocking on the cuffs. So you will recall last time I was having some experimentation with sleeve shape and how to get the cuffs the right width and all that palaver. And so what I've ended up doing, I don't know if I've shown you this already. I don't think I have. What I ended up doing was partially closing the cuff, because if I closed it all the way, I couldn't pull my sleeves up. And if I closed it not at all, it kind of felt very out of control and not kind of, and like it was going to get caught on things. So this is my original plan was to make a loop and a button to close it across, but actually I quite like it looking like that. So that's what I've gone with on this one. And so I made some changes to the sleeve pattern that I showed you last time. I put more volume in it and changed the shaping in order to try and improve the fit of the sleeve on the real version. So I'll show you with that how far I have got. So this is the proper version. Let me bring it in a little bit. Excuse me if it makes a noise. Right. So this is what we've done. The sleeve is inserted. The smocking is done. You can see that is, I think it's perhaps slightly closer together on this one. And then there is a very big puppy dog moving my camera. The cuff I've made slightly thicker on this version. I've done the same thing again and kind of partially closed it. But again, because I ended up going around in circles, I added extra volume and then realised that I didn't like the shape when it was sewn up. Anyway, that's as far as I've got. We have French seams inside because I was a little bit worried about the threads, the trailing threads on this. I don't think you'd lose the embroidery, but I just didn't like the idea of there being extra threads. So I've French seamed the side seams. I haven't French seamed the arms either. But and I had a bit of an interesting experience with the placket, and I probably should have just made a plain placket without the pattern on it on this side as well as this side, but I was a bit fabric limited because obviously you need a massive drop. Now the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that I only have one sleeve, and that's partly because to do the other sleeve will take some time, and partly because I have not got enough fabric. So I've made a significant error, a rookie mistake, let us say, in that I hadn't realised that the sleeve piece was going to be about 75 centimetres by about 70 centimetres by the time I'd finished with it. And this fabric is only 110 centimetres wide. So when I've made this before, I've been able to get the front bodice dress on a piece and then put the narrow sleeve by the side of it. And obviously that couldn't happen with this. So I have been in touch with Kaylee and she's said that she will send me some more fabric. So I am waiting for that to arrive so I can do the smocking on that side. There are a couple of things about it that I wanted to get your opinions on. So I will put a long picture so you can see, but essentially I've made this full length at the moment. I haven't put where the hem is going to be until I've put the other sleeve on. I am a little bit concerned that it's giving me slightly night dress vibes, but I think it'll be fine. I'm thinking I might put the pocket on. So I was waiting. I have like a couple of chunks of fabric left, not enough to get a sleeve out of, but I need to still get the belt. So I wanted to wait until I see how much volume of fabric I've got left when I've cut the sleeve out of the other piece, just to make sure I don't need those pieces to piece together to make the belt. So there will be a belt, a fabric belt. I haven't put pockets in it mostly because when I was French seaming them, I just thought it would ruin the line a little bit, because you can see it's a really nice line on this dress. But I did and ah about using a pocket where you sew the front to the front of the dress or shirt. Do you know what I mean? There was a couple of dresses released last year that did that had like the stitching to keep the pocket bag, because I hate a flappy pocket bag, and normally you'd put it in the waist seam, but obviously there isn't a waist seam on this. So there are pockets, so I could put the pockets on, and I think having the pockets on it will help. I don't know why I think it'll help, but we'll just mock up what a pocket would look like. So the pocket I would probably do in the contralateral direction. So you'd probably have a pocket like that. I could also obviously put a full collar on it, but I just kind of thought that this material was kind of like soft, you know, so I didn't really want to put a full collar in it. But yeah, so my plan is I'm going to make the other sleeve, put the other sleeve on, and then make a decision. I did and ah about just going back to making the shirt before, when I was in my fabric constraints issue. Yeah, I reserve the right to change my mind at any point, because I am the creator. Anyway, there you go. So that's where I've got to. So I know it's a bit weird, because normally, as many of you know, if you've followed this channel for some time, that I am a quick maker. I make things quite quickly. I make them well, I think, but I make them quickly. So to really be taking my time like this is kind of feeling a bit strange. And because I'm not a serial works in progress person at all. I don't have any one works in progress, and that's only because it's very much in the naughty corner. So like I'm really struggling to move on to do something else while this is not complete. I even noticed that my knitting seems to have fallen into that category. So I was struggling to do anything else while I had a knitting project that I hadn't finished. So it's just how I am. I'm just very linear. I like to do it, complete it, finish it. It's done. Move on to the next one. So, you know, takes all sorts, doesn't it? But it's just, I suppose it's just knowing that about yourself. But it's just been interesting to observe. The other thing that I haven't had, so I haven't been on Instagram for Lent. So I've been trying to spend the time doing things that are a little bit more contemplative than Instagram is. So, yeah. But it does mean that when I've got stuck with something, oftentimes I would kind of post it, and it's not really the posting about it, but just the thinking about it, processing it externally with you lot helps me to kind of work out what I'm going to do next. So yeah, I haven't had that either. So that's been quite interesting. Anyway, there you go. That's where I'm at. Any words of advice or wisdom would be gratefully received. I'm very happy with the Toile version. It's been worn quite a lot and washed quite a lot now, so I probably just need to go in and make sure that I'm happy with all of my stitching. I think I repaired a couple of them, but yeah, no, I'm really pleased, and I'm really pleased with this. Feels like a very me aesthetic with the waistcoat. The waistcoat's the pom-pom waistcoat, and I'm wearing them with my much loved Oxbows in this denim, and actually all the fabrics came from the Cone Exchange, so they're all second-hand fabrics, which must be a good thing, mustn't it? Anyway, let me know what you think, and I shall be along shortly. As soon as I have a finished garment to show you, I'll be back. You're also going to see me this week with a Sew April blouse. I just need to get into the loft to go and get some of my summer blouses, because apparently the 14 winter blouses that I have to show you are insufficient or something. Anyway, I'm trying to show you blouses that other people won't have shown you already, and I definitely have some. So yeah, it's just how many of those I do, and my brain is starting to make some blouse plans, so that's quite exciting. Anyway, all that to say, that's me for now. Go and see Kaylee's shop at Fleuretters. I'll put the link down below. She has a special spring sewing section with some beautiful fabrics, some of which I have in my collection ready to sew. Let me know what you find, what you decide to make. So I shall see you again very soon with the next update, and even before that with Sew April blouse. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog tearing up a cardboard box in the hall. He loves a cardboard box. Thank you to everybody who's liked, subscribed, commented, and all that good stuff. And if you haven't, would you please? Thanks so much. And I shall see you again soon. I hope you are finding time to rest and replenish wherever you are in the world, and doing some making if that's something that brings you joy. And I say bye-bye for now, and God bless. Take care.